Guys, where are you? I can't see you.
I'm in my house.
Really? I can't see you. It's just audio right now.
I can't see you in your house.
I'm not in my house. I'm in Hot Dog Studios.
I'm on vacation.
Yeah, Jake, where are you?
I
Who
am
said you could go on vacation? Eric, did you authorize this?
I think he accidentally took my authorization key and used it behind my back.
I am in Key West, Florida, on a beach right now.
Well, that's his confession.
That's his confession, but it is a very good alibi, and we're going to need an alibi when the police ask us why there's no video this week for pretty much it. Today is March 21st, 2014. It's a Friday. It's the Friday show, but guess what? There's no video, and the reason is because it's just a lot easier to do audio right now because Google Hangouts, which we usually use, were giving us grief. Speaking of grief, we're going to talk about the trailers later, and good grief, we got the Peanuts teaser trailer, so make sure you click the link in the info to check that out later. What a segue, what a segue.
Yeah, that's gonna be
That was just fantastic.
I'm coming in via satellite.
No, you're coming in via Wi-Fi.
Via satellite, and I think.
Jake, by the way, Jake just sent me a text, everyone.
Yeah, Jake just sent me a photo as well of a pool.
It's a picture of a pool.
And there's a bicycle.
Yeah, I
and
guess
tropical palm trees.
And what I think is his leg.
No, you like the palm trees? Isn't that cool?
I think the
Yes.
palm trees are great, and I drew palm trees behind me on the whiteboard, but guess what? There's no video, so it doesn't matter.
Because
we're all very happy for you and your palm trees, Jake.
yeah.
But you know what? Since we only have audio, why don't we speed this thing along? Before we get to the news, though, the one thing we have to say is that there is a brand new commentary track available for The Secret Life of the American Teenager Season 4, and it is fantastic. And in case you didn't notice, we started uploading an entire 4 or 5 minutes of the track, the beginning of it, for you guys to check out for a sample to see if you like it, rather than a little clip reel of some of the funny moments. And so you can click the link in the info to check that out, and then you can click the link in that info to purchase it, or maybe this info as well. And it's a grand old time. It really is fantastic. And
Dare I say that it's the best American teenager commentary done so far?
definitely,
hot
especially
dog.
the finale.
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Yes, it's insane, and you can see that, like I said, in the sample. But, of course, if you're a Patreon supporter, you've been listening all week. $5 a month gets you bonus clips, all kinds of cool stuff, and commentary tracks included. No extra charge. A week early. It's just wonderful.
Perfect.
Oh, and also, one other thing about Patreon I'll say is that if you are a Patreon supporter or you're considering being a Patreon supporter, we are putting together a video with you guys, so make sure you check the update about that and send us a video of yourself. We are going to be editing that very soon, so don't miss out. And that is it for the announcements.
Yeah,
Why don't
I
we
can't wait to see all your faces.
Yes, their faces are lovely so far. So far, only men. I will say that, only males. So hopefully, where my girls at? Let's get some girls in there. But I say we move on from talking about boys to talking about the news.
Let's do
Talking
it.
about the who?
We can talk about boys in the news.
Let's talk about let's dedicate this whole episode to just boys.
Beach Boys.
Just
The
boys.
Beach Boys, which is Jake right now.
I'm the Beach Boy.
You are a
You're the
beach boy. A
You're
beach
the
boy.
beach man.
A beach man.
By the
Speaking of
size
men,
of those legs.
how about Spider-Man? Spider-Man.
Oh God.
What
All right,
happened to
so-
Spider-Man?
What happened to Spider-Man is that Mark Webb will not be directing Spider-Man 4. He is out after Spider-Man 3, and I gotta say, good for him. You gotta move on eventually, right?
Yeah. Also, did you guys hear that? I guess this is way a couple years ago, before Amazing Spider-Man came out. It was when they approached Mark Webb to reboot Spider-Man. He was like, "This is the stupidest idea ever."
Why
Yeah, I
did he
love
say
that.
it? Did he really say that? That's
Yeah,
great.
he did. He was like,
Yeah,
"Ah,
you
no
saw
way."
it too.
I mean, it is
Am I
the
just
stupidest
crazy?
idea ever. They only did it because of business-related stuff.
That
Wow.
being said,
Oh-
I hope by the
Oh,
time,
well.
not to be maybe I'm part of the problem, but I hope by the time Spider-Man 4 comes around, we'll have a whole new Spider-Man thing. Because I don't know, I don't know.
A whole new world,
Just because I don't
You
know.
want-
We're
you
only
want
at Amazing
a
Spider-Man 2, and I'm already tired.
just around the river bend.
Just Around the River Bend, different movie, but still appreciated. And I have to say, yes, Jake, you are correct. There is something a little bit off about this whole thing, isn't there? It just never felt right in the first one, I don't think.
I would like to I don't know. Put him in the Avengers. God damn it.
Well, yeah, obviously we all want that. But
Yeah.
the other thing I want to say is that we were getting bombarded all this week with people saying, you guys better talk about the final Spider-Man trailer.
Oh
No.
no!
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just the quote-unquote the final trailer, which I can promise you it's not the final trailer. But it is actually, I want to say, what, the 10th trailer? It's got to be the
I mean,
10th
like
trailer.
with all of the clips and behind-the-scenes footage, I mean,
It's exactly the same as last time.
we just go back to pretty much it 1.0 and just watch what we talked about when the first Amazing Spider-Man was coming out. It's like the same exact story.
Pretty much, yeah.
Damn it.
And you know what? Anybody that has been keeping up with the trailers and stuff and has been watching them, you've already ruined the movie for yourself. So don't even see it. There's no
like the
point. You already
whole
ruined it. I
first-
promise.
Like the whole first encounter with Electro is online. Like why would you just wait to see it in the movie? That's a really important scene.
I don't understand. I don't get it. But I'm very excited about the fact that I haven't watched any trailers since that first one. And so I look forward to seeing it completely fresh, like a movie.
Spoilers! Jamie Foxx turns blue.
They also announced, they officially said something that we predicted, that the Rhino is only getting like a 4-minute thing.
What?
Right, which I always said, how long have I been saying, I really wish they'd put in Rhino at the very beginning, like in the video games, and that's exactly what they did. So thank you, Mark, for listening to
really
me.
Cool. And that's really
I think that's
cool,
great.
but the thing, even the thing with that, though, as much as it's like, we're right, hooray, the fact that, like, they said that before the movie came out, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's just, why do I want to know?
Be in it for 5 minutes. Yeah.
I don't freaking know.
I
You know why
remember
he said
when,
that? Because he was talking about the fact that there's so many villains in it, and he was saying, don't worry, Rhino's not part of it.
Oh.
I remember when Spider-Man 3 was coming out, and like it just took forever to even like confirm if Venom was going to be in that movie. Like there was like just speculation forever and ever. Like right before like the movie came out, no one was sure if Venom was going to show up or not. That was before like the entire plot was spoiled on the internet.
No,
well,
I do.
Yeah.
And they still show the after credit scene. I guarantee you that.
Definitely.
He walks past all like the
trailer,
tubes.
though, that showed like, I remember they had a trailer and it just showed Venom. Like it just showed Venom, like not even a flash of Venom. It showed Eddie Brock like turning into Venom.
Right.
And I was like, well.
Now, I will say that it is difficult to avoid, on Facebook they've got the trailers like auto-playing, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I will say that I was like scrolling today and I saw the guy with the hat where like they don't show his face, and I just laughed to myself because I was like, they still don't know who that is. They're going to just figure it out in like the third or the fourth one. They have no idea.
Well, wait a minute. There is a guy, like a notable actor, who played him in the first movie, right? The shadow monster.
Exactly, but it's like, who would it be? Who cares? Yeah, but who could it possibly be?
Yeah, at this point,
He's got some dirty secrets about Peter
It's so
Parker's
stupid.
past.
They have no idea.
Peter Parker's dirty secrets.
He popped in on electricity and then vanished. I don't know.
It can't be anyone in the Spider-Man universe I really care about. I mean, unless it's like the Chameleon.
Exactly. It's like it's gonna be someone we don't care about at all, or maybe it couldn't even be Mysterio, who's the only person I want to see.
Guys, I might be going out on a limb here, and
Like
just me, or is like almost every Spider-Man bad guy aside from like the most notable really bad. Like I'm not talking
Like
about
bad as in,
like
like,
Green
evil?
Goblin, Sandman, like all like the most popular ones. Not them, but
They're just lame.
there's some really dumb stuff.
They're definitely a little corny, but I don't know. That's the charm for me.
Yeah.
I don't know. Despite all the things that we just said, all the negative things we just said, I'm really excited to see this movie. I don't know why. Well, I do know why, because Spider-Man.
I am as well, because I haven't seen any more trailers.
But
I just want to see him swinging around. That's all I care about.
Yep.
Yeah, like there's people who've seen like the first 20 or 30 minutes of it. They say like the 3D is just like worth the price of the ticket alone.
Really? Is that sarcasm?
People that have seen the first 30 minutes.
That's what they do now.
That's half the movie.
Hey, you want to see the first 30 minutes of Spider-Man? No, that's a waste of time. Can I see the whole
Hey,
movie, please?
we're gonna before Thor 3, we're gonna premiere the first hour of Captain America 2.
The first 10 minutes of Captain America online. The first 10 minutes.
Even, but you know what? Speaking of Cap, let's talk about Marvel. I don't know why they did that, but I will say that so far, would you guys agree that they've done a better job of assembling a universe?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, guess what? The other day on ABC, they aired a special called Marvel Assembling a Universe. And I don't know if you guys watched it. Did you watch it?
Oh, I missed it.
Nope.
I was on a beach.
Ooh, it was freaking awesome. It was just an hour of, like, from Iron Man 1 to Avengers 2, and they even showed that Ant-Man footage a little bit. It was just the coolest thing. I watched it for, like, an hour, and I was sitting there, like, with my eyes wide like a child. And
Did you
it was just awesome. Yeah, I recorded it.
Can I come over? And
No,
watch
you
it?
can't. No,
Was
I
there
already
any
deleted it.
like did they show anything new?
Yes, they did. They showed concept art from Avengers 2: Age of Ultron, and a couple of notable things. One, we saw a very interesting outfit, or a very interesting look, I thought, for Scarlet Witch. It just looked different than I was expecting.
Yeah.
And this is just concept art, by the way. We also got a look at Quicksilver with, again, concept art. And I have to say, it looks like they kind of painted a picture for how they're going to do the super speed, and it looks pretty cool, I have to
He
say.
looks like freaking Quicksilver.
And
unlike
then
X-Men.
the last thing is there's a shot of Hulk versus what the hell's his name? I can't think of it.
Hulkbuster, Iron Man.
Hulkbuster. I couldn't think of it.
Yeah.
Jake,
Hulk versus Hulkbuster, and I'm pretty sure that's what they were shooting in. Where they were in like Africa, right, or something like that. I think that's what they were shooting there.
yeah, they said they were shooting a Hulk scene and they showed like a bus explode. So I guess the Hulk murdered a whole
Well,
bunch
then
of
that's
children.
very likely what it is. Yeah, I don't know what if he's going on a rampage or what, but that's pretty damn cool. The
The
art
Hulk
looks really
hates
cool.
Africa.
Well, I mean, they
Yep.
ended. I mean, Avengers 2. It was. I mean, with the Avengers, I mean, it was kind of a fragile alliance. You know, like the Hulk was still kind of the
Right.
wild card. So
Uh-huh.
this makes sense.
Although he did go off with Tony on some sort of homosexual excursion.
Oh yeah, like they were like, let's go do science together.
So it's like I guess the robot's gonna make him angry. They're also saying they're
know.
really playing up James Spader as Ultron. I read like a interview with Joss
I
Whedon.
can't freaking wait.
I could not
Yes,
give a
I
shit
can't
less.
wait.
I hate James Spader so much.
What?
I just don't get it.
Whoa, where is this coming from?
I don't know. Vacation Jake. I don't know. I don't get the thing.
What have you seen him in?
I
Jakecation.
I watched The Blacklist and I was like, what is it with this like little bald guy? I watched The Office. He was kind of funny in The Office, but any other like,
I'm
old
the
movie.
fucking Lizard King.
Wait, I saw a movie when he was a villain and he was okay. It was an old movie. I don't remember what
Yeah,
it was, but I don't know.
it
I
was
just don't get
Avengers:
it.
Age of Ultron. You went to the future.
I don't want him in my Marvel universe. That's it.
Well, guess what then?
Maybe it's
Why don't
just
we move
personal.
out of the Marvel
It's
universe
everyone's
just
Marvel
personal.
universe, Jake.
and we
personal.
move to the Pixar universe? How about that?
Yeah.
What we got from Pixar this week, or what we got from Disney, I should say, is that Pixar is working on Cars 3, which I couldn't care less about, and I'm sure you guys don't care either.
Wait a second. Hold the phone. As much as people bag on Cars 2,
Bag.
it was a little fun. It was kind of cool. I don't know. Anyway, Cars. 3 is
Listen.
in
All that
production.
matters is that the big announcement is Incredibles 2. Incredibles 2 is apparently in the works, and if Brad Bird's not involved, then I don't know why anybody cares, because Pixar's just been pumping out these sequels, so it's like, why are we to trust them?
Yeah, like
Well, I
Finding
mean,
Nemo 2
they have a
sucked.
pretty good track
no, that
record
didn't
of
come out yet.
sequels being good. I mean, aside from Cars, but
Well, Monsters University 2 was
I can think
pretty
of
good.
one or two. Monsters University was good, it was cute, but it's like,
Yeah.
I
Nowhere
don't know.
near.
I'd rather see. I'd obviously rather see the original stuff.
Yeah, nowhere near on the level of the first one.
well, I mean, like I definitely thought out of all the movies that deserve a sequel of Pixar's movies, it had to be The Incredibles. I'm like, I can't believe Finding Nemo.
Well, everybody's felt that, yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that was
they're
announced
doing
before
freaking
this.
Finding Nemo, I forgot. Oh my gosh, I don't know, but they're doing just a bunch of freaking sequels. It's driving me crazy. I wish they would do more original stuff. Where's
You
the
know-
good dinosaur? Did he become extinct?
What about Ratatouille? What else is he gonna cook?
That's not an original thing. That would be a sequel.
Oh yeah.
Ratatouille 2.
Yeah, they're missing out on. They need to get to 3 so they can call it Rata 3E.
No, they could just call it Ratatouille.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying screw that. That's too easy. Let's get to 3 and do Rata 3E.
Oh my God.
Or like
So
Ratatouille.
Incredibles
Can you
2
imagine?
should be pretty cool.
So Incred2bles is on the way, and
Yeah,
we'll find out more about that.
They might just do like a natural age progression. Like the kids would be teenagers by now, so.
Yeah, I mean, but like what? The
Oh,
charm
that's
of
true.
the
So
first.
now it wouldn't be weird to kind of like be turned on by them.
Yes, exactly.
That's the first thing I thought. That's messed up. I wonder where the story will go though, because the whole like gist of the story was the whole like, oh, they're old, they're retired, they're coming back. Like that was really cool.
It's kind of like
Now what is it?
Watchmen.
Now they're just like a family who has to save the world again. I don't know. I mean, I have faith, but I don't know. It's
Speaking of sequels, though, or threequels that might not necessarily have the flair of the first, I can't believe I'm saying this, but we got to talk about Ghostbusters 3. Ivan
Why?
Reitman is out. He's out. He's leaving, and good for him. They should just kill this thing. They should kill Dan Aykroyd so this thing can die.
Yeah, it's a shame Ivan Reitman didn't have the power to leave and take it all with him, you know?
Apparently being looked at to come into direct is, and I thought this was almost like just like people's dream, but apparently it's true. Phil Lord and Chris Miller. I can't believe it. Honestly, of all the people, they're the only ones in the whole world that could make this worth anything. So I don't know. That could be
what
interesting.
have they directed again?
Oh my gosh, Mike! They did the Lego Movie.
Oh, okay, all right.
They did 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Streets, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Hence, basically, the guys that are able to bring things you wouldn't think would work and make them work really well.
And good for them.
I guess like
So
that's
that's
exactly
definitely
what like
interesting.
some studio executive said. They're like, we need to get
Exactly, yeah.
someone who will make something not work really well.
Isn't that the American dream? So that's it for Ghostbusters 3. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens with that. But let's move on to Pan. Now, this is some very quick news because you guys aren't going to have much to say about it, I'm sure. But Levi Miller is playing Peter Pan. You know Levi Miller, right?
He's the guy he's got like jeans everywhere. He's got like jean feet, jean hands.
Yeah, Levi. Yeah, and beer.
Yep.
Yep. No, actually, in reality, no, we don't know who this is, and that's a good thing. I like when people we don't know are cast in movies. I guess it's just a kid that's playing Peter Pan. That's all I know.
Boy.
I guess so. I think he's a boy. I could be wrong.
Well, in the stage productions, he's a girl who's a boy.
Yeah, no. In the movies, it'll be a boy, but in the stage productions, yeah, they always have a girl. Yeah, so I don't know. That's nice. It's always nice when there's just an unknown cast in a movie. I always appreciate that. But let's move on to some. Okay, in my notes, I have it written as The Littler Mermaid, but it's actually just The Little Mermaid. Apparently, Sofia Coppola is directing a live-action Little Mermaid, and this comes on the heels of an image, a photoshopped image that I saw last week of Emma Watson as Ariel, and I want that.
Well, I don't know if I want Sofia Coppola, though.
No,
Yeah, that's weird.
like
What an odd movie this will be.
Yeah, like it didn't strike me as bad when I first heard about this, but it actually made me say gross out loud. Like, ew, gross. Like, I don't know.
You think it's going to be like
directing a Little Mermaid live-action movie? Like,
yeah, what?
There might be a sex scene in that movie.
And she might have, like, hairy armpits or something. I don't know.
Maybe he has fish sex.
I don't know.
It's kind of bizarre, though.
I'm thinking, like, I don't know. I mean, what did she do?
Not thinking anything.
She directed, didn't she direct The Godfather Part 3? No, she was in it. I take that back. What did she direct?
She directed
Holy
Goodfellas.
No, the Bling Ring. I'm looking right now.
Yeah, she directed Goodfellas.
Lost in
She directed The Bling Ring. She directed Munich and the upcoming Munich 2. She did Lost in Translation.
Yeah, Lost in Translation was good. I mean, but I mean, I don't know. Like,
yeah, but then how does that relate to The Little Mermaid, Jake?
Like, I mean, it's gonna be like a real, like, this is gonna be a movie about a real mermaid girl. It's not gonna be like a joke, like, goof movie. She's gonna be a girl who's like really a mermaid. Like, she's got issues about it.
Who's just trying to get her legs. She's just trying to hook up with me,
like,
Prince Eric, and get her.
Fantasy and like show like the mermaid city and like Atlantis and stuff.
Atlantis. And then also maybe like Ursula. Who the hell's going to be Ursula? Captain
No, I think they're going to keep it like ultra ambiguous.
I don't know.
Like,
I have no
Ursula's
idea.
going to be a metaphor for like the
It's going to be the dark and gritty Little Mermaid.
What if, like, instead of like a really handsome?
If you can imagine a dark and gritty Little Mermaid, that's where we're going.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a handsome dude she marries. It's like some salty fisherman who finds her by the wharf, and like she catches her on a hook, and he reels her up, and he goes, "Arr! This is the most beautiful fish I've ever seen."
And she's like, "Thanks."
I hope so.
And then they make fuck.
I hope that happens.
They make fuck.
Well, you know what? When you're underwater, what you want to do? You want to get on up. Get on up. The upcoming James Brown biopic. We got our first look at Chadwick Boseman, who I was a big fan of in 42. Looks pretty cool. That's all I can say. It looks pretty cool.
Oh, he's playing him? That's
awesome. I hope
awesome.
you guys saw it. Yep.
That's cool because I like James Brown.
And he looks good. He looks good.
What part of this life is it gonna be?
The crazy part.
All of it, I hope. I don't know if it's from baby to from birth to beyond, but I'm not sure.
Grave.
Baby to grave.
It might be. I think it's actually called James Brown Cradle to the Grave.
Get up off of that thing. That's what the movie.
Get on up. Get on up. Get on off of that. But speaking of get on off of that, guess who just got off of the Freddie Mercury biopic? the director, Dexter Fletcher, I believe his name is.
So this movie is like just dead now.
Yeah, no joke. Ben Whishaw is still a part of it because obviously why would he turn down playing Freddie Mercury, I guess, right? Sacha Baron Cohen is able to say no and walk away, but Ben Whishaw, I don't think he's able to do that. But so apparently the band wants it to shoot in 2014. There's no director. There's no agreed upon script apparently. And what they want is for the movie to begin with the formation of the band and end with their Live Aid performance when Mercury was still alive. They don't want to have his death in the movie.
So what is the movie going to be about then?
The movie is going to be about selling their greatest hits album that will likely be released around that time.
Yeah.
It's
The movie
pointless.
had
It's just a
such
joke.
promise.
It had so much potential to be a Best Picture nominee, if not winner. Sacha Baron Cohen, Best Actor. I mean, it all was there. Do you remember when we were actually, when apparently like Tom Hooper, or what the hell's his name? I can't think of it.
Yeah.
Toby Hooper? Is it
Hooper,
Toby
yeah.
Hooper? If I mess this up, I'm talking about the director of Texas Chainsaw, so let's get this right.
Oh, no, I'm thinking of...
I don't know who I'm thinking of, but you know who I'm
thinking
talking
of
about. I
Hooper
can't
who
think of his
directed,
name.
The King's Speech.
King's Speech and Les Mis, yes, him.
Yeah.
But he was, remember when he was like being kicked around to direct Sacha Baron Cohen in a biopic about Freddie Mercury? Where did that go? That sounded incredible.
But
anyway, that's that.
I guess Jesus did not want us to have that in our lives.
Jesus
Praise
didn't
Allah.
take the wheel on this one, and we crashed. We had two cool things on the internet this week, one of which was a horror film, a short horror film called Lights Out that I highly recommend you check out.
Yeah, I saw
and
it.
if you're wondering how to find it, you type Google Lights Out, and you click, and that's how you find it.
It's a Vimeo, not a YouTube, I believe.
It's a Vimeo, but if you look quick enough, you'll find it in all the news articles because everyone's been talking about it. And
Yeah,
it was
it
really
was
cool,
alright.
really creepy. I thought that it was it could have been edited a little better. I thought that it was pretty good, but it's like the idea and the makeup were incredible, and so that really elevated it.
Oh,
made
I
it
could have
fun
done without
about.
the ending. The ending kind of killed it for me.
Well, but it looked incredible, but the editing was so sort of slow that it kind of killed it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I have
the
to
other
check
thing
this
is,
out.
I know you guys have seen this. Corridor Digital, amazing Superman GoPro video.
Oh my
this thing was
God.
phenomenal.
Yeah, so
This,
how did
honestly-
they film this? With a drone?
Yeah, with a drone. They filmed it with a drone, and then they obviously, green screened in his arms, which the arms sometimes looked a little off, but they looked good enough.
You could see the glow of the green screen a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, but they looked good enough that there were a few moments where my stomach dropped and I really felt like I was flying around with Superman. It was that good. I thought it was incredible.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
those
thought it
guys, they're great.
I
Yeah,
watched, like,
but then it
10
really
times.
makes you wonder, why did that make me feel that way and Man of Steel did not?
Oh, f you. It made me feel everything.
Man of Steel made you feel that way the same way this thing did?
Did you say Man of Steel made you feel
Are you kidding me?
everything?
When he's flying, and he's flying
Like a
over
spiritual
Antarctica,
experience?
like when he flies across like Antarctica, and then he flies over Africa, and then he's flying like over the whole world.
Wait a
That was
minute.
Amazing.
I don't think he ever did that.
He was. Remember when he was flying, and they were like
In
giraffes
Man of
and
Steel
stuff?
he did, yeah.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did? I forgot that. Jake made it sound like
Yes,
he
but I
was in
don't...
Antarctica and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
he
yeah.
flipped all the way to Africa in the same
Yep.
scene.
He did.
Yeah, and then he was just in Africa. No,
did.
in the
The first
montage
time he
with the
learned how
flying.
to
But
fly,
you know
he
what?
flew
None of
around
that,
the
it
world.
didn't do anything for me. I don't know. I thought this was a lot cooler, honestly.
I
It
thought
was just
it was
really weird.
I keep watching it. Like it's just so good.
What, the
Over and over.
Superman GoPro video?
Yeah. Oh my God.
So I
Yeah,
guess
dude,
it's
I
that
watched
easy.
it. I watched it like half a dozen times.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, like, is there some kind of permit you need to get for flying a drone through a city like that?
Yeah, they flew that thing
I am
everywhere.
not
Like, they flew
sure.
it
I'm not
downtown,
sure.
Everything.
Yeah, they really did. And they got like close to buildings and stuff. I don't know. I would have been scared if
Yeah.
I was in those buildings.
Like, what is that? You look out the window, there's a fucking
But,
camera flying, looking at you.
That is it for movie news, though, gentlemen. We do have a quick bit of TV news before we get to the video game news.
Don't
And
give a
Jake,
shit.
I know you're on Jaycation, but hopefully you have some stuff for us. But real quick, let's talk about a show that I know we all enjoy, and that is American Horror Story. Apparently, season 4. Now, this was rumored. This was rumored a few weeks ago, but now it's basically been offhandedly confirmed by someone not denying it and kind of saying like, yeah, I can't say anything about it, but yeah. Carnival, circus. It's a carnival type of theme, and I think that's amazing, especially following season 3. The humor of season 3 I actually think could work really well. I haven't seen season 1 and 2 yet, obviously, but I'm very excited to see what they do with this. I think that's the perfect progression of the
Yeah,
series.
this is definitely perfect. I mean, this show really is great. It was such a pleasant surprise, like, to find out, because I thought the show would be bad from like the commercials when it was
Right.
first coming out. And the first 2 seasons are amazing. But like a lot of people
Right.
will ask you, like, what do you like better, the first season or the second season? And I say, like, I like them both like the same way, but like they're completely different shows. And that went for the
Right.
same with the third season. The third
And then
season was,
the third is apparently so different. It's like sassy and humorous mostly.
yeah, I mean, I wasn't like that big of a fan of the third season, but I really liked that it was again another completely different show. And now
Right.
it's like, now it's like, oh man, what's the next paranormal thing that's possibly left? Oh, please don't let it be vampires or werewolves. I was really
Right,
afraid
right.
that that was going to be like their
And
next.
here we are, though.
But
Freaking Carnival, I think, is awesome, and I can't
in
wait.
the 50s too.
Yes, that's going to be brilliant. And now, Jake, do you watch this show or no? I forget.
I don't, but you know what I did watch? I watched Carnival. on
Yeah, I was just about to
HBO.
say it. HBO's
Oh, yeah.
Carnival or Carnival.
Yeah.
And oh my god.
Yeah. Now, was that scary or was that just
It was-
just a
sexy
little
or what
creepy.
was that?
It was a
Little
little
off.
creepy, but that was also a
Okay.
really pleasant surprise.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then it got canceled or something.
All right, so
Yeah.
this
But,
might be kind of like that then.
Finally, another Carnival show, which I never thought I'd
Interesting.
say. But yeah, oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
I know. Well, I'm a big fan. Obviously, I'm a big fan of carnivals. I just think aesthetically they're one of the most incredible things that you could possibly see. And so I am very much looking forward to this. But
Oh, yeah,
that is it for
That's-
TV news. So why don't we go on to video game news? Jake, what do you got for us? Jake-cation, all I ever wanted.
Well, first I have something relevant to all of your interests because it's about a movie.
Oh,
Me?
Apparently,
Okay.
the Splinter Cell movie that is in the works that Tom Hardy is in. Tom Hardy playing
Sure.
the Splinter Cell Sam Fisher.
Oh my God!
That's
Really?
Splinter.
Speaking of Tom Hardy, we got a lot of Tom Hardy stuff later. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
The new Splinter Cell movie apparently has a director attached, or like almost attached, and it's Doug
Okay.
Liman, the guy who made the first Bourne movies.
So
That's
there's gonna be
interesting.
a lot
Good
of
ones.
crazy fighting in this movie.
Yeah, like he did. Like I don't know. I think that's gonna be pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
I
I
don't know,
was
that's-
well in there's not really like a story to those games, is there?
It's another one where it's more so the character than the story.
It's just
Yeah.
like I have to stop the bad guy.
Basically, yeah. I mean, as they moved on, like Double Agent got a pretty good story. Like, there's all this stuff with his daughter and stuff. But for the most part, and I don't know, it's probably, I don't know. I hope it doesn't come out very typical and conspiracyist. And I really hope Tom Hardy just decides to do the same exact voice as Michael Ironside. Or else I wouldn't be
Like
able,
he
I
just
wouldn't be able.
decides I'm going to be just like the video game.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
my
I can do
God.
whatever I want.
But that's it for that. That's just the.
That's it for all video game news.
No. Now, I mean, it's basically kind of PlayStation news this week.
Right,
first
right, I
thing
heard about
we
this.
have the first big thing. Let's not get the big one out of the way first. Let's do the smaller one.
Okay.
The next PlayStation update for PS4 is going to be pretty heavy duty, and it's cool. It's going to
What
have
are
a
we getting?
video editor. It's going to have like a full-fledged
Okay.
video editor. You'll be able to finally rip your video and put it on a memory stick, and you can
Oh, wow,
archive
okay.
on Twitch and stuff. So now you can actually like really embrace the video that you're recording, and I'm excited about that.
Oh, so
That-
people don't need capture cards ever again.
No,
What do you mean?
I mean, time will tell. We'll see how useful and how the quality is. But now
I would say,
also,
you know what? You know what I would say to that? I would say, Mike, that sounds like to me the equivalent of saying, well, with Final Cut X, it makes it easy for everyone. You don't need Final Cut Pro.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah,
like, Jake, would you agree that like it's simplifying it, but some people don't like it
yeah,
simplified,
like, a lack
like
of
me?
control. Like you'll have less control.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It's a
Um,
little more automated.
It's funny that you mentioned the capture cards because now this new update is also removing the protection on the HDMI that allows you to not record with a capture card. So now I'll be able to finally like record gameplay again. Thank God. I mean,
Oh,
there's workarounds and it was
nice.
a pain in the ass, but now I can do it the old-fashioned way.
Were they
So
going to
that's-
finally deliver on their promises? You were telling me, I didn't know they did this, but when PS4 was first being announced, they said one of the best features about it is that if you turn off your game, you could come back to it at any time and just turn your PlayStation on, you'll instantly begin where you left off. And you
Yeah.
said that they didn't have that.
I don't know if that's going to be in this update yet, but I did love that feature. And I mean, the PlayStation 4 can go on standby, which is cool. And then when you turn it back on, it's back to the main
Okay.
menu. It doesn't auto-resume the game. The game can't go on standby. And
But
that's a
that's
shame.
what they
Interesting.
said.
I hope it happens soon rather than later because that's a cool feature. But
I hope
speaking
it
of,
happens.
speaking of cool features,
Oh boy.
Sony has announced, finally, after all of our rumors and debating and stuff, Sony has finally announced that it is working on a virtual reality headset right now called Project Morpheus. Morpheus.
Yes, indeed, do. Now, what is this different than the Oculus in any way, or is it basically just an actual PlayStation version of the Oculus, which is obviously an independently made product?
It's a little better, right?
I'd say more or less it's the same, except it has the advantage of having way more money behind it, so the design is a lot more cohesive. It's like a real put-together product, you know?
Also, it's
right. Oh, that's too bad, because I've been so excited to get an Oculus eventually one day, and now it's like, oh, I guess I won't get the Oculus? I guess why wouldn't I get the PlayStation one if I'm going to get a PlayStation at some point?
Yeah, that has the 360 tracking, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Morpheus.
The Morpheus has 360.
Oh, okay, so they're kind of like bypassing the Oculus just because, again, like you said, they have more money to be able to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks a lot more comfortable to wear on your head.
See, because the Oculus, people have been, using the Oculus they've been sort of hacking it to work with, like, something to make it a head tracker or a 360 tracker, you know what I mean? But it's not built into the Oculus. So this is built into the Morpheus?
Yeah, it's just got like 4 LED lights on it, and you set up like 2 receivers.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. The one thing I was like, I don't know, because the Oculus has so much like developer interest and like all this like creative force behind it. All these people want to experiment. But it seems like the Morpheus is gonna have the same, like a lot, because it was announced at GDC, the Game Developers Conference, meaning that there was a lot of people there that were chomping at the bit for it. So there is talent out there that wants to make stuff for this.
I can't wait to get my hands on one of these damn VR headsets. I want to use one of these damn things so badly.
You have the right friend. Me.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Like, I don't know if it's
You're on vacation.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's sad or not, but like kind of one of the only things that I think in my head where I'm like, if I died, what would I really miss out on? Like, I really want to use an Oculus before I die. Like, after I use an Oculus, I can be like, okay, I can go now.
Okay, so this just in. Let's never let Mike use one, because then he's finally just going to off himself. But that's really it. I know it's a lot of PlayStation news this week, but that's really all that's going on. And also, I'm sitting on a beach right now. I don't even care about video games. Well, I mean, I do.
Yeah, you don't care in the slightest.
But let's move on over to the poll, Eric.
All right, let's talk about the poll. So last week's poll question was, who would you like to see matched up in True Detective Season 2, right? So, who would you like to see be the leads? And I gotta say, this is really bizarre, but I've got 4 winners here, I guess, if you will, or the top 4. In 4th place, Tom Hiddleston and Tom Hardy.
Wow.
2 Toms.
That's like too much, like, sassy British.
Yeah, a tale of 2 Toms. Jessica Chastain and Tom Hardy.
That's cool, too. She's creepy sometimes. She could be weird. I don't know. I always just think she's really weird.
Actually, I could easily see, of those 2, I could see Jessica Chastain for sure.
Yeah.
And then in 2nd place, Edward Norton and Tom Hardy. I swear to God, it's just a bunch of Tom Hardy.
I was hoping for Paul Giamatti and Optimus Prime as a detective duo.
Ooh, I like that. Well, guess what? We also have in 1st place, we have a goof from Mr. Lonnie or whoever he is, John Goodman and Jeff Bridges, which sounds like a good pairing. They should make a movie out of that. That would be really
fucking cool. Wait a minute. What was that movie where
It's Big Lebowski. I was joking. They already did the movie.
No, I wasn't thinking about Big Lebowski, but I was also thinking about the movie John Goodman was in. He was like playing a detective in a racist town.
I do not recall.
Red State?
Yeah, wait. No.
He was like a
Red State.
Not that's another example. Never mind.
That's a different one. Anyway, so we got a lot of Tom Hardy. I don't know why everyone's obsessed with Tom Hardy for this.
Yeah, I don't know. Where did he come from? But I mean,
as
cool.
Bane?
Oh, I would watch that.
Yeah, Tom Hardy as Bane.
Tom Hardy as Bane is the True Detective.
Tom Hardy doing a Bane impression of himself.
Yes. Well, that was last week's poll question. This week's poll question is, we might as well do this, why not? Because since Dexter Fletcher is out on the Freddie Mercury biopic, who would you like to see direct this Freddie Mercury biopic? Do you think there's anybody that could take it to any level that makes it worth anything at this point? Let us know by going to facebook.com/prettymuchit and voting in the poll, and we'll go over your results next week.
You get those Lego guys.
The guys who make everything.
Yeah, maybe we'll have Phil Lord and Chris Miller come in and do it. Yes, they can make everything work. You're absolutely right.
Put some Legos in it.
God help us with the delays and the awful, just the awful situation here. Hopefully this episode came out as anything, but we're not done yet. This might be the end of pretty much it for this week, but we do have to talk about trailers. So now we're going to talk about some trailers. Click the link in the info to go to check out our trailer playlist and see what we thought about the Peanuts teaser, the Giver trailer, the Signal, the Maze Runner, a whole bunch of good stuff. But for now, for us, Jaycation, how you doing? You having fun on the beach?
Yep, I'm gonna go back to jet skiing right now.
Why don't you bring us
you on
back
the
a
beach too?
seashell?
Yeah, bring Mike back a seashell. Go jet ski, go have fun, and you know what? That's pretty much it.